Hello everyone, we are back with more Clash Royale League Asia action. Here are the 5 good games from CRL Asia Season 2, Week 2. Fav Gaming's Rad and Yakitori were the best 2v2 partnership back in Season 1. They were up against Tengod and Reiki Jones of Panos Sports, the defending champion. Set 1 of the match was tied at 1-1, and both teams were super aggressive in their tactics. But none were more aggressive than Panos for their all-in attack in overtime. Their tornado spell dragged Fav Gaming's defensive unit to the back of the tower and allowed the Flying Machine and Inferno Dragon to lock onto the tower, leaving its HP within critical range. Panos Sports' aggression paid off as they celebrated their victory with a rocket to secure the first set. Boom! Dylan from Kicks played his first 1v1 game of the season, and he was up against Carolus, a new player for Chaos Theory. Both players were hard to set apart as Dylan was able to manage his defense well by cycling appropriately. However, Carolus knew that Dylan didn't have the log card and a big spell against Logbait deck. He was able to play a princess from the back. She walked up to the bridge completely unopposed and locked onto the tower. Dylan played 3 Musketeers, and his opponent immediately responded with a swarm attack with Valkyrie, Goblin Gang, and Barrel. Dylan's decision to zap reset the princess's target, and she was able to nullify the 2 Musketeers on the left lane, and Carolus mercilessly destroyed his opponent's tower. OP Gaming and OGN Entus met in the last match of Week 2, Day 2, desperately in need of a win. In the first King of the Hill set in the Korea division, Gene TV was the last remaining member of OP Gaming after both of his teammates were eliminated by Hall. Hall was able to gain an early lead. However, Gene TV was determined to not let Hall eliminate OP Gaming all by himself as he patiently built a golem push. Hall's defense fell apart bit by bit, but the final blow dealt on him was Gene TV's immaculate tornado spell that removed Hall's Ice Wizard from the battle and paved the way for his beatdown army and handed OGN Entus their 3rd defeat in a row. Sandbox's successful Season 1 encouraged the team to reinforce their lineup with the likes of Sado, who was picked to play against OGN Entus' star player Q-Mills. The game started brightly for Q-Mills with his Hog Cycle. However, his Valkyrie fell into a trap as she was approaching the Zappies. A big Mama P.E.K.K.A. landed right in front of her, protecting the Zappies like her very own child. The Zappies were eventually knocked out by a fireball, but Sado's rampaging P.E.K.K.A. and a bandit on the other lane left Q-Mills completely helpless with both of his towers critically damaged. Sado's merciless attack resulted in a resounding 2 crowns win. Hirameki of Dead Nation Gaming's 1v1 matchup was against Mikan Boya, who deferred his 2v2 duty to Reiki Jones and freed him up to play in Set 2. Hirameki banned the Valkyrie to allow himself to play the overpowered Royal Hogs, but Mikan Boya's Golem beatdown deck was tweaked to be able to counter Royal Hogs effectively. Hirameki's Infernal Dragon was effective against the Golem. However, his fate took a bad turn while defending one of the pushes. Mikan Boya, fully aware of the Inferno Dragon's threat, prepared and timed a perfect tornado spell to pull the Inferno Dragon away to reset its beam. The Golem punched and exploded on the tower to allow Mikan Boya's Fireball to take the W home. Now, let's take a look at the current standings in CRL Asia. Chaos Theory had to play 3 matches in a row in Week 2 and managed to secure a vital win against Bren Esports to move up to 3rd in the rankings. AHQ Esports Club and Kicks both defeated Chaos Theory to remain as the leaders of the table. The epic showdown between Sandbox and Kingzone Dragon X ended in a slightly one-sided victory for Sandbox. They're the only remaining team with an unbeaten record in CRL Asia. OGN Entus was unlucky to not secure a win this week, and now they are the only team with no wins in the league. Panos Sports bounced back after their Week 1 defeat to stay in touch with GameWith, who led by the virtue of a head-to-head tiebreaker. Dead Nation Gaming struggled in both their matches and dropped to 3rd place in the division's rankings. Here are the upcoming interdivision matches in CRL Asia Season 2, Week 3. On Friday, Kingzone Dragon X and GameWith, arguably 2 of the early favorites in the entire league, will face off to provide the perfect kickoff to the interdivision week. One of the best matches of last season was between Kingzone Dragon X and Pono Sports in the playoff semifinals. The two teams will now meet again on Saturday, as both will be desperate to secure valuable wins to move up in the rankings. On Sunday, or should I say Super Sunday, the battle between the two top teams in their respective divisions, Sandbox and Gamewith, will definitely be a match not to be missed. That's all from us. Stay tuned for more Clash Royale League Asia action.